Abusia eja ato eye NPP for eye one party nim one time sisi a won kapo aye hyehyehyehyehye eye won mo ankasa ho nipa Okatakyie Afrifa na wode aba abonten ade nsem bi abetuja ose eye party no skadi nko an na eye wo mo de ebi te se ken Ofori Atta se obo na chi se eye so hwe na mfunso bia ene adwuma na oye no ho a Ombra Ghana na ombeyi ensem na omo ehye nanim se obeba abeyi ano no ano. Wasa S2 so se NPP communicator Paul Yandoh. Ono so onsem fata se odi Ashanti regional communicator ewo NPP amanyoko ni mu. Wasa abo Ashanti regional chairman of NPP party no chairman Wontumi ono so echi obo na chi se Eniome bi ono ma na nsem fata se oye as a politician nanso waye abusia nsem no mu nkyeremu wo hono minti ye beso bibia so obeje bre ne penny asnase no wa enjoy program no sonko so kra anum se ye GH Politics Avenue so bese mo ene dey dikam mo bejumadi so se be subscribe to our channel no ma like ya share ama afoforo so say kejumadi pa yido GH Politics Avenue so Abusia senene dey dikan so a obedumadi so a subscribe we are now click on the notification bell so that be drop update bia onso sabetimi dey akabe abusia so bia briefing member ransem nchiremu.
Okatakyie Afrifa descends mercilessly on Ofori Atta, Paul Yandoh. Now, Okatakyie Afrifa is a gentleman that I love. He has a lot of respect for me. And I respect him. When he meets me, he calls me senior. That means that he believes that I'm older than him. Or maybe I have been in the space longer than him. I respect him. I really love him. Okay? He's another man who is so vocal and he speaks his mind. He's an NPP guy. And aside that, he is also a man who loves to speak his mind. It doesn't matter whether his party is taking the shots or another party. A lot of the time, he likes to be nationalistic rather than being partisan. And I like him for that. My brother, my sister, this is the guy. Recently, we heard that he was in the United States studying. We wish him all the best. This is Okatakyie Afrifa. Remember, we did a story about this guy called Paul Yandoh. And we said that it's an embarrassment that a party like the NPP would pick this guy with no common sense and no brains to be the Ashanti Regional Communications Director. Whenever this man starts to talk, it's one buffoonery to another buffoonery. And a lot of radio stations call him because he would misbehave for them to laugh. And again, I made it clear. The only person that Abronye is better than when it comes to communication in the NPP is this guy called Paul Yandoh. I've never met him. I only listened to him. And we played a tape in which he was talking about the gold board, remember? He was talking about the fact that, they were talking about some losses, 214 million American dollar losses. And they called this guy to talk. How do you call a man with very little understanding of the issues? So he read spirituality into the whole thing. He said that he believed that difficult as it is to deal with gold, Sami Jefi and his boys might have gone to buy spiritual gold. What is spiritual gold? Gold that you buy and you reach home and it's not there. For him, he was sure that this was what caused the loss. Or maybe they fought and some of the gold got stolen. Or the ship that brought the gold, some of it fell in the sea. Such buffoonery. Serious national issues. This is a party communicator. And this was what he said. For me, he didn't show any seriousness. And if the NPP was not this terrible and bad, a disgrace to politics in Ghana, this guy should never be near anything called communication. That tape is only 1 minute long. Let's listen to what he said. Right after that, we'll hit it very hard. Watch this.
Anase obi ekoka no tokwa na bi hwie gu ye anase shape we de ekono na bi eye no ehwie gu we ndi god aduma ho nsam edoso papa pa menuaba.
My brother, this is Paul Yandoh, and that was what he said. Now, when we talked about it, Okatakyie heard it. And he got so mad and so angry that his party, the beloved NPP, has descended this low. And he was hot on the heels of Paul Yandoh. Apart from that, he also talked about Ken Ofori angrily. Angrily. We were even mild on Paul Yandoh. He opened fire, all cylinders. Watch this.
The leadership of MPP, minimum uncommon. I think it is high time, sir, and there may be a cause within the party. I must not be tolerated at any shape or form. And this guy called Paul Yandoh must be called to order. Sabin Preduasa, I will restrain myself, but Jimino Addo Sundodo. Forgive me for using that word, but that is the only word that makes me aka. But when I say Jimino Addo Sundodo, it is not even about say Obeka Sesame Jemfi Yadi. I don't care. People must have opinions, different opinions within a political party. So even his opinion, say or susu say Same Jemfi Yadi, he should be able to express it without any fear or favor. That is okay. But what is not acceptable and what is not okay? And this says your political party more. Now all of a sudden, party ane eya kono. Party ane ye friend of Akrama party. And then within the rank and file of NPP no. So we pay comedian within the political space. You don't call any mean a person. And yes, serial caller now friend. You are calling the communications director of the NPP in no mean a region as Ashanti region. And he has become a symbol of comedy. And the leadership of the party don't see anything wrong with it. Look at from top of NDC to down. NDC or your officer Bena Obiena no wakasa. The only thing that people can come up with, yes, communications officer of the NPP in Ashanti region. And now said Panwa be a symbol of comedy within the Ghanaian political space. Opesa we ye comedy. Appear stadium to way or ye comedy for political sake in here, and he is surviving, he is okay. But you cannot occupy a position as Asante Regional Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party. And anytime you better on our radio and TV so no. Then it's about concept. Yafro Asante Regional Communications Director, National Discourse, Brabe Kabi. Akawoka say it should be clear with the direction the nation is going. What did you know that the concept? And I go to no home bonia juma, and I go to na bay forum, so they couldn't be here. You don't do research, you don't do anything. Gradually making the MPP look like a laughing stock as a party. person your comedy, go and do comedy in Ghanaian politics. It is okay, but you cannot hold a political office such as a communications director of the NPP in Ashanti region and be what you are doing. No. Ni yafre Ashanti regional communications director of the party. Brabeka bi ni yenhunu the direction or mine echo. And look at the concert he's doing. And nobody sees anything wrong with this. And such a character says he wants to be the Ashanti regional secretary. Ashanti region no ne churo for MPP no the stronghold no ne churo for no abeye symbol of comedy in Ghanaian politics. Na tantan de yen sa no. For Yandoh why na wan this ma obi na no kasa wo ye concert se wo. No. Eniama tantan be ne ye party no a na wotu won sa na ayi FF Antomo ye party no Ashanti region ke be wa kono am join. Yafro as communications director of the NPP in Ashanti region. Me hu ye kwa ye research. Oba and you speak to issues. And the NPP a drum pempen so concept nko. And the leadership of the party, many are could be a much one among our yes concert. Party ni mu ya honya kono sisi. Ye bompa say ye betimi a reason am a man for no kwado. What nonsense of is that any idea no. And this is supposed to be the Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the MPP. Say ebi a odeba no ekoto honhom ebi a odeba no ebi to pumu na any idea no. Why are we turning our party into a joke? President Akuffo party na wode oti Ashanti region ho sebi impredua say Jimmy sa na dia be no. Ya adwen say party in baby abedu no some of the things we probably won't say it in public. And where you be a friend nyina yesere. And the party gradually is losing its image. What one am blame H kwasi prempene Franklin Kujumo ne J H kwasi prempene say Professor Azam say omo nka bi mamo. How can one become bi mamo when mu behave tantansi? Now mo sorry am the money bra kwasue who communications director Wontumi nya research and speak to issues. Now sorry am the money bra kwasue Professor Kwaku Azaso. So one year ye tria Professor Kwaku Azamoka. See ye tria Professor Kwaku Azamoka nti no maka omanu atuma. Ni ye ntia ba mu 8 years. Ada no man hwe omo. Ye de say you gina hensa so wonya say adwuma no. Enye ne yire no ne kokoma ne gi ho japade nyina. As a party ni hwe so fo no bia ye de ope. Onyonkon so ti ho. Wo ba ya wo bu amamuo Ofori Atta kan ba bia wo de ade na mu gu party nanimu ase ugu party nanimu ase ugu party nanimu ase etikan dane wonsa anasa resign men resign tintintiniti men resign tintintiniti no gina faako Ofori Atta resign na party no MPs mago afedie mintimi nyame ma ho Wontumi nya ma ho na de wagya o makoro no ho akwa buruchiri. Say ye ne ye che okura ne ade a wo ye papa nko anim nte. Ye che ne yegu nko anim asia. The fact that you have refused to even to come and answer to your questions, it goes ahead to dent the image of the MPP as though MPP are Akroma party. Mo ye ka kire mo. E matan time be na mo ye ne sa no. Obi ansuru obi awo ya ne ya adwene se party no enema bo ba enema bo wo a ese mpanimfo timi sebre wo mano ka se Ofori Atta wabu man no yie na waye enema na wunwia ya bra be yi wano keke eno so akoye boachi bidi go party nanimu asesa go party nanimu asesa wo bia ntimi nka no kore MPP party ne nya kono bio adai Ah, ade nneɛma na moyɛ ne saa no. Adai. Wabua memuo papa bra ne beyi wano. Nentimi build the confidence in the party against it. Ya buy ni ya mewia obia. Afena ntete na me ma na me yare now. Wo yare a wani masuaso akora Akuffo e ka say resign. Wani masuaso when it was so visible so wo yare. Ya ka say resign. Never moment nipa ho tete no because party no mon care about them benya firi mu nyina manya wi. Ana nchirima na mom yebre. Esi MPP party ni nya akono. Middle class of the country ni person be join the MPP. Because of sebi nneoma hunu tantanya Paul Yandoh ene ne nkrofo say Wontumi ye the whole region asawonsa. Wo be a symbol of comedy. Mini go nchero no you go that table so and nobody could tell him say hey my friend we don't do that in this party.
Well, visibly he's not happy. He's very angry. He doesn't like what Paul Yandoh is doing. The Ashanti Regional Director of Communications has become a symbol of comedy. If you want to do comedy, go and join Apia Stadium and do that. But you can't be the Director of Communications for the party. Ashanti Region, they are so-called World Bank, and me be misbehaving like this. And then he went into Ofori. He said, when you were visibly sick, everyone saw that you had a swollen face from an inflated liver. You refused to resign because you knew what you were getting from it. Now that you have had everything that you wanted from your position, you are refusing to come home. If you are truly clean, come home and answer questions. There's nothing at home here that will eat you up. Okatakyie has spoken his mind, and you know, these are some of the things that he does. And I truly applaud him. He's descended on his party. He has said time and again why he doesn't think Ofori and even Akuffo Addo should ever be seen in the political space again. They have been a disgrace to the NPP and a disgrace to the party. He said it over and over. Today, my brother, my sister, I chose this tape so that we will all learn that if you belong to a political party, doesn't mean that everything the party does is right. Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter who perpetrates it. Party communicators are not supposed to be yes men. They are supposed to have brains and think. Any party man who is a yes man is a zombie. He's a puppet on the string. He doesn't have his own brains to think. This is what Okatakyie is saying. The party is not attractive anymore. It's become a concert party. And unfortunately, they would be in opposition for so long. Today, we are all waiting patiently to have Ofori come home. As for Paul Yandoh, well, he's a beneficiary of our political system in Ghana, where the so-called communicators, who I call miscommunicators, are paid only to talk, not to think. So radio stations just want to hear you talk, not to think and make sense. Just talk. That's why Abronye, Paul.
Abusiani pa wote nken Okatakyie Afrifa we oye NPP ni mapayi a odim party nim tintimai wode nsem bia betuja se on de onsuro obia ewo party nim nti wa wo de obefom Ghana man no wode bemma wo se de ne fata nti wa ba abonten de abemma NPP party nim panifo bi se Ken Ofori Atta Chama Wontumi na Paul Yandoh Abusian so bibia brepe ni nti edbesi anum say G politics avenue so ye so bibia no dey kan obejumedi so be subscribe to our channel no like ya share ama from so sakadwumedi pa yedu anu makram